Hi guys, welcome to our first video from the new premises from Phoenix Physiotherapy Clinic. Really excited to be doing it from here today. Found a little bit of time in my diary to put this aside and to use this space, which is just absolutely lovely. Can't wait for some of you to come and view it for yourselves on the Tuesday the 18th that we start the classes. But for now, just me here bringing you another video. So we're going to start in seated today. If you do have small equipment at home, grab yourself a TheraBand, grab yourself an overball, and then now I can actually demonstrate. For those of you that are second trimester onwards, I like to use this wedge. So you can see bigger at the side, goes tapers down, gives you a nice incline so you're not lying flat on your back, so grab your wedge as well. If you don't have to hand these two things, you don't have to worry too much about the TheraBand, but we do want like a cushion or something that you can just put in your back for when we do some gentle kind of arching over. So just a small squishy cushion or a pillow or something like that. But to start with, we try and get us nice and evenly distributed on our sitting bones. If you struggle being in this position with legs long, do put a block in, put something in that just raises and lifts you a little bit from the floor. You can even pop a soft bend in those legs, okay? We're just going to go for some gentle head and neck stretches. So nice tall posture, imagine a piece of string just lifting you up towards the sky, and we're just going to gently bring down one ear to one shoulder, feeling the length created here. Nice breath in here, and I'm going to breathe out as we change over sides. Nice inhale here, and an exhale over to the other side. Breath in, breathing out. Just trying to create some nice length. Make sure shoulders are zipped down. That's just going to help with that stretch a little bit more. Gently changing. And we'll go for the last couple to each side. And the other side. Lovely. And our last one to each side. Perfect, okay. Upper body rolls now. So normally our upper body rolls are in standing, but I thought I'd do them from a seated position. Do take care with your forward flexion and coming towards your toes if your back doesn't like it. You can make the ranges of these exercises suit you, okay? So taking care. We're going to do a nice breath in to prepare. Make sure we're nice and tall. On the exhale, we're going to roll the shoulder back. We're going to come into a gentle side bend. We're going to lengthen down the outside of that foot, come into the centre, and then gently re-stack back up through your upper spine. And the exhale, roll the shoulder back. Gently come into your side bend. So you want to feel some length in the side here. Coming down the outside of that leg. Nice inhale here. Feel the stretch. Exhale, re-stack back up through the spine. We don't have to rush with this one. This is our warm-up. It's a nice, gentle stretch. Getting that length down there, reaching. So you've got that side bend on. Then when you lengthen to the outside of that foot, you're really going to feel that stretch. Then we're coming forward, obviously taking care here, and then we're restacking back up nice and gently. When we're restacking, we're feeling the individual segments of the spine. Nice breath in, breathing out. Oh, it's nice. Well needed. Feeling a little stiff at the minute. Can't wait to get back to my Pilates classes quite regularly within my working day, just to help loosen me up. You guys are probably a little bit more limber than I am at the minute. Lovely. Breath in, breathe out, restack. That's lovely. So you should start to feel the more of these that we do, the more things just kind of want to loosen up a little bit. We'll give you a little bit more range. Really important, if you aren't comfortable sitting in this position, that you keep those sitting bones nice and melted evenly into the mat. So we're feeling that nice connection evenly distributed. I may have just done the same side twice then as I was chatting, so apologies if you're watching and thinking, what's going on there? That wasn't supposed to happen. It might not have even happened, who knows? Sometimes your body's just got a way of letting you know that it needs a stretch a little bit more on one side than the other. So if you are feeling more restricted in one side, you know, you can always just pause it and just do some extra ones on the side that feels a little bit tighter to you, but really getting a nice flow throughout the movement. I'll do one last one to each side. Nice gentle exhale over. Lovely. And gently restacking back up through that spine. Nice. Okay. Change your leg position if you want. I'm feeling just a little bit of a strain in the hip flexors, which I know some of you can do at times. So I'm just going to bring myself to a cross leg position, but it's perfectly fine to stay out there or pop those legs wherever is comfortable for you. But we do want to make sure that you can get some nice length in the spine, and again you feel evenly distributed. I'm going to send my shoulders back here. I'm going to go for a nice spinal rotation. Obviously, really want to be careful with rotation with any of you that are osteoporotic, or if it does start to irritate your back in any way. So just make the ranges a little bit smaller, or don't do this one at all, and just sit this one out. Okay, so we've got nice length, top to toe check is done, shoulders are back, nice and engaged through pelvic floor. We're going to take a breath in, we're going to breathe out as we rotate. We're going to keep those elbows into us so we can't cheat. Apologies that I'm super stiff at the minute. Nice breath in here, and then breathe out. We're going to go all the way over to the other side. Nice inhale here, and then exhale. So again, it's another one of those that you can just feel with every single movement, loosening off a little bit more in the spine. So nice breath in here, breathing out. Breath in, nice little exhale all the way. Breathing in, breathe out. Breath in, breath out. Definitely starting to feel a little bit looser. Keep the lift, keep the shoulders back. Breathe out. Lovely. Nice breath into the stretch, breathe out. And now what we can do, when we get to that end of range, loosen a hand, and everyone's going to come over into a nice side bend. So you really feel as I'm opening up, stretching throughout those lats. Okay, so it's your arm that's on that side, the furthest one back, wants to support you, and it's your front arm that's going to come into the bend. So it'll come back now, and then exhale to rotate, arm loosens. Oh gosh, big stretch over. That is lovely. Exhale, keep the length in the spine, all the way over. Big old stretch. So nice. Breathe out. It's just nice to connect with the breath as well. Sometimes that breath is all we need just to give us a little bit of a chill. Bringing ourselves to our mat and to Pilates can just take away all what's going on in the world right now, which we need more than ever, I think. Okay, so try not to let the pelvis, when you're doing this, twist with you. So you can see I'm trying to shift my bottom now because I'm trying to cheat and get out of the stretch. So you want to keep bottom nice and still. We've got that stretch on. Coming back over. Lovely. Oh, it's nice. And then we'll just go for our last one to each side. I'm feeling miles better from this. Oh, lovely. And back. Very nice. Okay. So now I've added in some arm openings. Okay. We can do this with or without TheraBand. So what I decided to do, pop the TheraBand in front of us. Again, choose your sitting position. You can come to kneeling, you cross-legged, legs out in front. As long as shoulders are back and down. A little bit of looseness in my TheraBand, but again, if you don't have TheraBand, that's perfectly fine. Shoulders back. Take care with this one. If you have any kind of shoulder issues, we do need to make sure this shoulder is nice and set correctly. If they're creeping forward, you're going to get working in places we just don't want. So we're going to send them shoulders back. We've got good posture. We're going to breathe out. Leave one hand there. Breathe out. Either arm into an arm opening. Zipping shoulder down. Breath in to come back. Exhale. Set the shoulder back first. So if you're unaware or it starts to creep up just a little bit, just set it back. Exhale. I can feel some good gliding with my shoulder blade on my rib cage. Some good connection. Lovely. Breath in, breath out. With our breath, make sure we are tightening and engaging throughout pelvic floor. When we're pulling on that band or when we're taking the arm out, we're going to breathe in as we come back. Good work with those arms. Even if you don't have TheraBand, you should be starting to feel like those arms are just saying hello. Just warming up a little bit. 2 more to each side for me. I always like to rotate head and neck with this as well, so you're just working and mobilising there. Last one to each side. Lovely. Oh, that's good. Tough work around those shoulders. Couple nice shoulder rolls. Shoulders moving together. Slow it down. Breathing out. Breathing out. Breathing out. Lovely. Okay. So, again, come into that long leg position. We're going to scoop our TheraBand around those feet, but again, if you don't have TheraBand, it's just fine. We can do the exercise without. We're going to go for a row. Okay, so arms are shoulder distance, shoulders are scooped down, lengthen the spine. We're going to breathe out. We're going to bring the elbows into the waist, squeeze the shoulder blades back and down, and then breathe in to relax. Breathe out, squeeze back and down, breathe in to relax. So with this one, I can feel when I pull on TheraBand that I want to stick out tummy, overarch through the back and dome a little bit. So that's a watch point for me. Keeping everything in a nice neutral position. That's better, engaging that core. Really good for shoulder rehab, this one, because you can anchor your TheraBand on your feet, and then on the shoulder you're rehabbing, you could do some single ones as you're pulling back. Okay, and do a couple extra reps if you're trying to strengthen the posterior shoulder on one side. Just do a couple more. Lovely. In our rows. And then we're going to go into dumb waiter. Holding the trays of drinks. Okay, breathing out. Circle those drinks, peach size distance. Inhale back. Breathe out. 2. And 3. And 4. Breathing in. 5. And 6. round its spine. 9 and 10. Keeping that ribcage down. Lovely. Bow and arrow now. So we're just going to bring together a little bit of our thoracic rotation. We opened up before. Again, just taking care, if you are osteoporotic, we're going to pull on the bow and arrow and rotate to that side. So we're getting a combination of posterior shoulder work and also some rotation of the spine. But do omit anything that you know you shouldn't be doing or is uncomfortable for you. So pull back and rotate. Breathe in to come back. Shoulders back and down. Nice and upright on those sitting bones. Breathe in, breathe out. Breath in, breath out. Breathe in, breathe out. Lovely. You're sending your elbow almost at a diagonal down, because if you start to send it up towards the sky, that's where we might start to use those upper traps. So it gives you just a good guidance. You draw it down as you rotate, you're going to be onto a winner. Breathe it down. Good one, this. Really working those muscles and some good rotation. A couple more to each side. Good. Last one to each side. Lovely. Okay. We're just getting rid of our good old okay, so then come lengthways on our mat just to make sure we've utilised the full squishiness. Now this one is totally not suitable for those of you who are second trimester onwards, because it's too much abdominal work. So what I'd like you to do, sit up nice and upright. You can have your wedge behind you. So say you have that little wedge here. So just kind of roll down. So softening the tailbone, tucking the pelvis underneath us until we just feel our wedge coming or our cushion, whatever we're using, and then lift back up. Nice little dip down, and then exhale, back up. Okay? For those of you that are quite happy to do so, either with a flexed spine, we're going to continue that motion down as far as you're comfortable. So you can see we're getting that nice segmental control, arms to shoulder distance. We've got that nice bit of work going on in the abdominals, and then somebody's going to pull you forward from the fingertips, and then you're going to restack back up through the spine. Now, only flexion in that spine if it doesn't aggravate your back pain, and we've discussed that it's okay to do so. Otherwise, I would prefer you to be a little bit more flat back and work in a smaller range where you've got good control and we're not coming into any flexion of the spine. But for those of you that are happy to do the flexion, good to go. Then a nice roll down. But inhaling down. I'm going to exhale, draw forward, and restart back up. Inhale down. And then exhale, draw forward, restart back up. I can really feel the difference in the abdominal region when you imagine that someone is pulling you forward from the fingertips, keeping those shoulders down. You can feel the crunch, come on, and you can feel a better restack of the spine. Use that exhale to your advantage. Exhale every last bit of air out of those lungs. Imagine it's a balloon with all the air escaping. Breath in here, breathe out. See curving up. Shoulders down. I love that feeling of kind of sinking down into the mat and getting that pelvis kind of nice and mobile. Yes, I am a little bit sad, sorry. Grease. Let's go for a couple more. I can just tell my body's just going to feel so much better for doing this one today. Much needed. Nice breath in and breathe out. Lovely. Oh, feel that work on the abdominals. Okay, now there's a little bit of oblique roll-ups now. So we're going to add in some rotation. Again, rotation, we've said, is not great for those of you that are osteoporotic, so I'll just carry on with some flat back roll downs. And still, unfortunately, for those of you second trimester onwards, just keep working with some pelvic floor work or some of the pelvic tilts that we've just done. For those of you that are quite happy, as we come down into that flexion or the flat back position, flexion, you can only do this from the flexion. We're going to add in some gentle rotation, keeping that shoulder down, a nice soft down. Now you'll start to feel the focus change a little bit. We're going to exhale as we come back up. So we're inhaling down, we're opening up. Oh, yes, and that works. Still as if someone is pulling you from fingertips. Nice rotation around, breath in. Sorry, breathing's wrong on that one. Inhaling down and rotating, exhaling, back. Inhale down and rotation and exhale back. So I can really start to feel those obliques and waist working now. Yep, inhaling down, exhaling back up. Inhaling down, exhaling back up. Lovely. Let's go the last couple to each side. Last one to each side. Lovely. And gently restacking back up. Whew, that's tough. Okay, put in a little bit of leg pull supine. Now I know this is not a fan. Some of you are not a fan of this one. I'm going to have long legs. I'm going to build it up a little bit different to the APPI progressive levels, because I've just found this works with people better. Okay, so the fingertips are going to lengthen away. You can come onto wrists, but I tend to find fingertips lengthening away. Take the head out to sink forward into those shoulders. Lift up through the chest. Shoulders are gliding down, so you've got that connection there. Evenly distributed. Our first level, breathing out, slide the leg in, breathe in, come back in. Perfectly fine for pregnancy, this one. Exhale, inhale back. Exhale, inhale back. Okay, so continuing to keep, because even though it doesn't look like a lot's going on, you're making sure that your pelvis is in a neutral position and not rounding, that you're not slumping forward into shoulders, and you're using your core to aid that lower limb movement, okay? Next one is an exhale, up. It's like a bit like a bridge, and an inhale down. So, shoulders back, exhale up, inhale down. Quite a bit of core work, so zipping in through pelvic floor, squeezing glutes, inhale down. Okay. If you're quite happy with that one, you want to progress further, we're going to leave it up there. We're going to slide a leg in. We're going to slide a leg in. And you can either come back down in between and then go again, or we can stay up there and we can keep with the leg slides. Okay? Or, last but not least, awful one. Oh, and stay up there. Kick a leg back. shoulders don't sink. We gotta keep lifted. Breathe out, breath in. So picking one that you're happy with. And for me, it's not that last one. Exhaling, inhaling. And typically we want to go kind of 8 to 10 on each side, maintaining nice level pelvis throughout, shoulders back and down, head and neck looking forward. We'll just go the last couple to each side. Lovely. Okay. Relaxing off. We're going to take it now into inner thigh stretch. Bringing those feet together. And bringing the heels in as close to you as you can, whilst maintaining an upright posture. And that's just gravity now, just taking my knees down into the mat. As I always say, I'm super restricted in this area. If I had all the time in the world, I would totally focus on opening up throughout my hips, creating a little bit more hip mobility. Sometimes it's just not practical. It doesn't happen, as we all know. So we're just gently going to let gravity take those legs down whilst we do some nice breathing, some nice thoracic breathing. So the breath is nice and deep and low. We're breathing in, feeling that tummy, breathing out. Tightening. So you envision that balloon pushing out, feeling tummy and tightening pelvic floor and tightening through the abdominals. And now, using those elbows for a little bit of extraness. Ouch. Opening up. Continuing to breathe. About 15 seconds. Lovely. Okay, relaxing that off. Taking the legs wide now for soul stretch. Soul's completely fine in pregnancy. We do just want to ensure that we're not feeling too much abdominal work. So just a gentle little rotation rather than really kind of reaching forward and feeling a crunch. And again, it's similar for those of you that are being mindful of your spine with the rotation aspect. We just do a very gentle lengthen and back, gentle lengthen and back. Or we could just do a nice gentle hamstring stretch in the centre and back. So some nice little forward and restack. Forward and restack. Okay, so play about with it depending on what your spine permits you to do. Okay? But for full saw, we're upright. We've got nice T-shaped arms, shoulders back. It's the little finger that's coming to saw off the little toe, and then you're coming back. So nice and exhale, rotate. Inhale back. Exhale, rotate. Inhale back. Just last couple to each side. I don't want to do too many. Lovely. And relaxing off. Very nice. Okay. So from here now, we are going to come into nice hip flexor to hamstring stretch. So again, being mindful of spines, being mindful of hips, we're going to come to a nice high kneeling. Okay, we're going to take a chosen foot forward, Hips hip distance apart. Make sure there's no rotation going on at those pelvises, and the headlights on your pelvis facing straight forward. Okay? Walk the foot forward so that when you come into a lunge, you're aware of a good old stretch on that back leg. We're going to have a nice couple breaths in here. Now from there, I want you to gently take care and bend that leg straight. Okay, so we're getting a bit of hamstring stretch. If you have any tightness around the anterior aspect of the ankle, you may be feeling a stretch here. Quite good for that now. A couple breaths here. And then again, nice forward hip flexor stretch. Try and sink into a little bit lower. Couple breaths. And then taking it back. Nice hamstring stretch again. Couple breaths. Forward again. Lovely. Last hamstring stretch for me. Lovely. Okay, we'll change your legs over. Going to go into that lunge. It's my tighter side. Not so nice. Couple nice breaths here. Taking it back. And forward again. Taking it back. Forward again. I'm just doing 2 nice rounds of breath before taking it into the opposite stretch. Lovely. Okay. Nice and mobile around the hips now. Let's take it into some eccentric quads. So for those of you that are regular attendees of the class, you'll know I always bang on about these. When we get too tight throughout the quads here, eccentric is a way of lengthening the quads whilst creating strength. So we're going to have our legs hip distance. We're going to have our nice neutral pelvis, okay? It does involve quite a lot of abdominal work. So for those pregnant ladies, if you're feeling like the abs are firing a little bit too much or a strain in this region, do not go too far, okay? We're going to float the arms out, shoulders into back pockets. We're going to take a nice breath in as we travel back. We're only going as far as maintaining a nice neutral spine, keeping the shoulders balanced and feeling a good stretch in the quads. And then we're going to exhale to engage your core and come back. Everyone's going to be different with this one. Inhaling. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. And about 8 to 10 of these. Keeping in neutral, which is the hardest bit. Some of you may find that your back might want to kind of arch, but we're going to keep that nice and tucked in. Engage that core. Couple more. shoulder distance. Chin into chest. Rounding up through that back for a stretch as much as you can. Nice breath in here, breathe out. Nice breath in. Exhale, chin into chest. Rounding through. Nice breath in, breathe out. Nice inhale, exhale. So you want to push it at either side into the stretch if it's comfortable for your spine and you're free from symptoms. If either side brings on your back pain, do not do it. Completely fine for pregnancy. If you are postnatal and you had any abdominal separation, I do want you to take care with this phase where you're really pushing your tummy in. I just want you to keep a bit more in neutral so you're not really pushing that tummy into the mat. Nice bit of like mental control of the spine. And we'll just go for our last one. Relaxing off. Lovely. Okay. So from here now, we're going to go for some hip extension and get some real good glute firing. Okay, so back into 4-point kneeling. Legs hip distance, arms shoulder distance, shoulders back and down. We're going to take a leg behind us, so we're keeping a nice balanced pelvis here. And on the exhale, we're going to pulse up. 2. If you're struggling on the wrist, you can come down here onto the forearms, squeeze the bum cheek, isolate those glutes, okay? So I want a good squeeze on first, breathe out, and squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, change sides, good bum cheek squeeze, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, back to the other side, nice squeeze, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're going to add in some pulses now. So you're going to take it to the end of range, squeeze little pulses. 2, making sure you do not overarch the back, you keep it neutral. Oh, change sides, squeeze the bum cheek. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely. Into a nice shell stretch. Have a little break. Gently restocking back up throughout the spine. You're going to grab a headlock now. We're just going to come into a bit of sideline work. Lots of space here at the clinic, which is nice, because I've been used to working at home and just being a little bit restricted. Okay, so we're going to come into some nice side kicks and hip circles. So we've got a nice long outstretched arm. We're going to pop in that headlock. Okay, I'm going to lengthen those legs so we can see the toes. Bend, pop a soft bend in that bottom leg. You want to keep nice and lifted away from the mat here. Those of you that are pregnant may just want to put that wedge in so you can just support bump. Okay? And then we're going to exhale into a side kick. So we're pointing the toe, inhale, come back. With the side kick, you want to imagine you're just in the top of an imaginary table. So the foot wants to stay the same distance away from the floor all the way through the movement. The pelvic position, the back position does not change. So if you feel when you come back, you're arching into the back abdomen through the tummy, you want to recenter yourself, keep it nice and still, and go again. Exhale forward, inhale back. About 8 to 10 of these. If you're struggling with the full leg, you can keep a bend in the knee. This is our level 1, 2, 3, which I actually find a little bit more challenging rather than the straight leg here. Okay, and if you're super on it, lengthen this leg. I struggle with this one. You can use fingertips if you want, forward and back, so you are taking away that balance support. So that would be our level 3 for this one. So just the last one for me. Have a little break. On my back, lengthen out that leg, hip circles backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, nice control, 7, 8, 9, 10, change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lovely, okay. We're going to repeat those now. Opposite side, so I'll spin around so you guys can see me. Long outstretched arm. Check we can see those toes. Stop bending the bottom leg. Lift it away from that mat. Bump the arm. And forward. Toe and back, heel. Breathing out for 2. Breathing out for 3. Breathing out for 4. And 5. And 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Lovely. Holding it here. Circles backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take it forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely. Relax off. Love my good old hands. Okay. A little bit of work now, just lying on our backs. Head on headrest for me. Popping in the wedge if you're pregnant, okay, so keeping that lift. Okay. It will be a little bit different if you do have a wedge in this one, but what you want to do is still feel the arm lengthening away from you and then coming back. We're just going to do some shoulder drops. So we're in a nice neutral setting on our mats, nice and connected in the abdominal region. The arms are out in front of us, sorry, up towards the sky. A fingertip on the exhale, fingertips going to lengthen away from the mat so you get stretch in the back of the shoulder blade. And then inhale to drop it back and down. So nice lengthen and stretch. Exhale, inhale, drop it back and down. So you get a good old stretch in all those tense bits around the back of the shoulder blade. Exhaling, inhaling, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Last couple to each side. Last one to each side. A reset. Arms floating back up. Let's just split the arms. Keep it nice and pinned down in the rib cage, flatten the back. Breathe in, breathe out, split those arms. You might find, like myself, I feel a bit more restricted when taking the left arm behind me. It's really quite tight. So we're breathing out as we split, maintaining neutral. Breathe in, come back. Back to neutral, shoulders down again. We're going to do a nice big circle one way and then a nice big circle the other way. So you are splitting these arms, you're going to do a big circle, come back to the start and split them the opposite way. Big circle the opposite way and back. So it takes a little bit of coordination and getting your head used to. Split the arms, big circle one way, bring it back, split the arms. Big circle the other way, bring it back. You are exhaling and then doing an inhale, exhale. Last one to each side. Then relaxing, floating the arms down. Okay. So a little bit of overhead reach over the ball now. So that's why I said a little cushion or a soft ball. You're just going to put in around, kind of just underneath, not in between, directly between the shoulder blades, but just underneath that region there. Arms out, we're just going to do a little bit overhead reach over and back up. Nice exhale, arms go over, sweep round, inhale, chin to chest up, okay? If there's any part of this exercise that you struggle with, please do not do it, okay? Take the ball out, try that, you can just gently take the arms over in a nice big sweeping action and bring them back, okay? If obviously your spine is not happy going into extension, if your neck is not happy, do not do this exercise. But really quite nice to just mobilise into extension. Lovely, just last couple. Oh, lovely. That felt great. Okay, so we're going to come now just into standing. Finish off with some gentle roll downs. So legs are hip distance apart. Nice length in the spine. We have two versions of our roll downs. We've got our full one all the way down. If your back's happy, nice breath in here. Breathe out gently. Restack that down and restack up. Sorry, and then our second one where we're going to come down onto our imaginary chair. We're going to extend and we're gently going to restack, okay? So no forward flexion for those of you whose back gets irritated with this herniations. And gently come down now. Nice breath in here. Breathe out, restack. Nice breath in. Breathe out down. Breathe in at the bottom. Exhale, restack. So nice. Breathing in and breathing out. And now last one, guys. And gently restack it back up through the spine. Nice and tall, into a neutral position. And we'll relax off there. Hope you enjoyed it. Really love doing that one from the clinic. Hope to see you soon, guys. Bye.